So the natural state of a human is to want to be able to preserve. So a lot of people nowadays have a lot of depression and other issues that they got going on mentally. And the only conclusion that can lead me to is that people obviously are unhealthy. They smoke, they drink, they eat fast food, they eat, candies and sugar and whatever other kind of breads and things like that that are unnatural. They do things that are unnatural. They don't go outside. They sit in front of a computer 12 hours a day. They go home and sit in front of a TV after work. And, they also work too. That's also unnatural. Hunting is something that is natural, but that's something that's fun. You wouldn't consider that something that is work, right? So a lot of people get into this state because their gut is damaged from all the chemicals, not being raised properly, not getting enough breast milk when they're developing, and they were fed soy formula and things like that, so they just kind of destroyed their whole body essentially, right? This is where I think smoking and drinking comes in, and why people have these issues, which obviously smoking and drinking makes you more unhealthy, and it contributes to these unhealthy tendencies more and more, especially. And on top of that, you're eating crappy food as well too, because it just tastes good, right? Because you're a slave to your taste buds. But yeah, I do know though, things like harder drugs, I guess I'll say. People use and abuse those like opioids and whatever because they want to feel high, because the natural state of a human is to feel high, right? So when you're a very healthy human being, you're drinking blood, you're eating raw meat, raw organs, you're eating animals, and you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you're living naturally, you're living outside, you're getting good sun, you're interacting with your family, you're just overall happy, you have good relationships, all these things. Your natural state is to be in a state of euphoria and being high. And I think that's why a lot of people turn to these harder drugs and get addicted to them. Well, because they are addictive, right? But not only that, they turn to them, and even like the lighter drugs maybe that aren't as addicting, but people continue to keep using them, is because they make the people high and they put them in a good state of mind, which is the state of mind that you're essentially addicted to. You're essentially addicted to the state of mind that these drugs put you in, because that's the natural high feeling that your body's supposed to be in. So your body's really actually addicted to, well, it wouldn't even be, I mean, it would be, it's not necessarily addicted to, but if you want to look at it that way, your body's actually addicted to the high feeling that you have, because your body naturally is supposed to be in that high state of being anyways. So it's pushing towards that state of mind because it wants to be in a natural state. But the issue is when you do it unnaturally, when you unnaturally put your mind into that natural state that it's supposed to be in, it causes damage to your body, because there's repercussions for using drugs, obviously. We obviously know that it shortens your life. So, and I would say the more unhealthy you are, the more damage you've done to your gut, things like that, the more depressed and the worse you're going to feel, and the more suicidal tendencies you're going to have. So essentially too, when you're unhealthy, is I think that naturally speaking, because of what you're doing, your body is actually leaning towards more destructive decisions as well too, because it's almost like your mind can't really handle the trauma that you had, or the natural state that not the natural state that you're in, but the state that you are in your life, and your mind and body can't handle it, so it pushes towards um, a more destructive state, essentially. Um, yeah, so these chemicals too that you get from the drugs and whatnot, they like the same thing with pharmaceutical drugs, like people use for their blood pressure and whatnot. It's essentially putting your body into a state that it would not have gotten to naturally unless you used unless you did things naturally in order to get it to that state, which would be the healthy way to do it. So anyways, thanks guys for watching.